Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for clicking on the video. This is another episode of While I Was Out. I ran into a few things, and we're gonna try to talk about as much as we can, as quickly as we can, because y'all know I don't like getting interrupted. So first thing first, Pastor John Gray. Now he's been in the blogs like a few times this year for, his indiscretion, his many indiscretions. This time, however, he has come, completely apologized about everything, and he long drawn out posts that was, directed to his wife, apologizing to her, taking accountability. He's wrong. You're the queen. You deserve better. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever. I guess, she's like, you gonna publicly humiliate me? You gonna publicly, praise me too? And then we can talk about, what's gonna happen next. I mean, because she's not going nowhere. We know that. My whole hang up on this with this whole thing is blaming the devil. Because what you're not gonna do is take yourself out of it and completely say that you just so you possess. You don't have no control over yourself. I mean, yeah, it wasn't nothing but the devil telling you to text that lady and, record conversation. Well, I think she was recording the conversations, but nobody was telling you to badmouth your wife to that lady over and over again in front of your son. Nobody told you to confide in another woman, somebody other than your spouse. What you doing? But you can't blame the devil, because we all have free will. And since we all have free will, you get to the crossroads, of temptation, and you say, you know what, let me weigh this. I got a wife. I got children. I got a congregation. I got fans. I got supporters, sponsors, people, who are coined up and helping me out. You got a whole lot to lose if there's a public affair. And so instead you say, you know what? I'm going on and go over here to the left. I'm going to call her. I'm going to text her. I'm going to go see about her. I'm going to send her something. I'm just going to carry on this little affair, emotional affair, because he said it was not sexual. It was emotional. And to me, that's the worst kind. Because if she got you emotionally, she can damn sure get you physically. So you didn't make it better by saying, oh, well, it was just emotional, because so what? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure he'll be back. He'll be back in the blogs. Hopefully not for cheating. Maybe it'll be for something that he's supposed to be doing, like take your ass on a mission trip or do something productive with yourself besides having your emotional affairs left and right and here and there and back and forward. No. Moving on. We still dealing with the saints here, and we're gonna go right on over to Erica Campbell. Erica Campbell. Now I am gonna read verbatim what she had to say, because girl, no. But let's read it first. You can't sow whole seeds and reap marriage benefits. Your brain and body don't work like that. You got to prepare your mind for marriage, because marriage is ministry. Hashtag monogamy. Hashtag marriage minded. Hashtag prepare yourself. Now, Miss Erica, if I understand it correctly, she, got married young. She didn't have no whole phase, so to speak on something like that, you can't do that, because you just coming from a seat of judgment. At least that's, how it's going to be perceived, because you don't know about that life. You don't know about the whole phase life. You don't know about going away to college and, doing a little yin yang yang round the dorm room, round the quad, round wherever you at. You don't know nothing about that. And so to tell those women that, or to say that those women aren't worthy of marriage, who are you? Who are you? Who are you to be telling somebody that they're not marriage material? And like, ain't nobody in their 20s, in their teens, nobody is, and see, this is the saints that do this. This is the saints that completely, like, from a child, you know, you got to be a good wife. You 6, but I got to raise you up to be a good wife. Got to teach you how to be a good wife. Got to show you what it is to submit and be a good wife. All of that. And for what? Like, for what? We're not beating over, you know, our son's head, you know, how important it is to be a good husband and all of what he needs to embody before being a husband and being husband-minded. Like, ain't nobody teaching their sons that. No. I mean, some people are. You're not teaching their sons to be husband-minded, but you just teach your son to be a good man, like you teach your daughters to be, you know, a good woman and a, you know, a decent person in this society. All this, you got to prepare for marriage. When was I doing that? When was I doing that in my 20s? When I was clubbing and partying and hanging out with whoever I wanted to, doing whatever I wanted to. I know I wasn't thinking about marriage at the time because I'm matriculating through college, girl. I ain't think, and most 20-somethings ain't thinking about all of that. I mean, by like 26, oh, I spit, excuse me. By like 26, you know, as a woman, you start to calm down, you know, you start to get a little bit more level-headed and grounded, and you're starting to, you know yourself. You don't know yourself, because I'm 32 and don't fully know myself. But at 26, you start to know yourself a little bit better. Know what you're gonna, you know, tolerate, what you're not gonna tolerate, what you you know, want to do in life. You know, most people are in their career, not well into their careers, but you know, by 26, you got a better head on your shoulders than at 21. And so I get that for the women, the grown women in the dating pool. I get that. And even then, you still can't tell them people what to do. You can't tell somebody that because, okay, they're dating this person and they might be sleeping with them. Okay, they might go on another date next week with so-and-so. They might sleep with them. That's their business. That's on some Nola Darling type stuff. And even then, and if you don't know who Nola Darling from She's Gotta Have It, she was one of those women who, you know, knew who she was and knew what she wanted. And she had about 4 different dudes who she was sleeping with on the regular. I think it was 3 of them. Sleeping with on a regular. They knew about each other. You know, and in the end, you know, they all fighting for her attention and fighting to be the number one. But it's still, you know, like, sis is dating around, weighing her options, not tying herself down to one person because said person might not be living up to, you know, what they're supposed to be living up to. I don't know, but Erica, next time you're going to have to say something different. Or don't say nothing at all, because this ain't really your lane. This ain't your lane. You don't do the whole, you didn't have the whole phase. So why are you talking about whole phases? Moving on. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion came on, it was last week. I want to say Friday. And it was really good. I was crying. Of course I was crying. You know, when we talk about Uncle Phil and his contribution to the show, yeah, I was a bucket of tears. He's done a lot, you know, and he, you know, thespian, like he was really true to the game. He was true to the game. And so he taught, you know, a lot of his castmates, you know, what they should be doing. And he helped them, you know, hone in on their craft and make it better. Especially Will. He and Will had a great relationship. He had a great relationship with everybody because everybody, you know, had their little anecdotes, you know, talking about their experiences with him on set, you know, off set, you know, all of that. Then we got to see Aunt Viv, you know, the real Aunt Viv. I mean, you know, Daphne, she cool for, you know, yin yang yang around the house. But we love Janet Hubert as Aunt Viv because when she was Aunt Viv had a job. Aunt Viv had, you know, some passion, some dreams, some goals. Like that was a real strong black woman. If you didn't know what one looked like, there you go. It was her. She was it. And when she just left so abruptly, you know, a lot of people were like, whoa. I know I looked up and she was like, it was just a new Aunt Viv. And I'm just like, as a child, like, wait a minute. She didn't look like that last week. That's how I mean when they just throw something different. Like when Judy left Family Matters, it was like, damn, didn't they have a little sister? Well, what happened to her? Or when Claire, you know, switched up midway on My Wife and Kids, and I was just like, wait a minute. Where did this girl come? Who had this mulatto baby? I mean, I know that Gina, I mean, it's not Gina, but I know that Tisha Campbell is fair skinned, and you know, she could have had a fair skinned child, but come on. They love to do that. They love to throw a little mixed child in with two black parents, and it's like, who had that baby? Who had the baby? Because not them. Anyway, the meetup between Janet Hubert and Will was, you know, refreshing. After 27 years of gaslighting that lady, he finally owned up to, you know, his part in everything and what he had done and the things that he had said, you know, out there in them streets that kind of got her blackballed. She mentioned him calling her difficult, and she's like, you know what calling a black woman difficult does to a black woman's career. Like, you can't just be throwing that word out there all willy-nilly and think that people are going to want to work with me. Like, you know, he was Will. I'm the Fresh Prince. I'm Will. Okay. Fuck all that. Will was on, he was feeling his beats, okay? And, you know, understandable. He was 20, 21. He's the star of the show. This is his thing over here. You know, he was probably the most paid, all of that. But they hashed it out, and she didn't hold no punches. She kept that same energy she been having all on the YouTube. But Will couldn't do nothing but sit there with egg on his face, looking like, what can I say? I did that. And I'm sorry. You know, and she accepted his apology. They cried, they hugged, you know, it was all love. She got to meet, you know, her replacement. They met for the first time. They hugged it out. I read somewhere where Alfonso Carlton had excused himself, you know, did one of these numbers. He excused himself the minute Janet Hubert, you know, came onto the set. I didn't pay attention to that, but if he did, they got beef. Whatever. I mean, if Will can sit down with the lady and hash it out, why can't you? Why can't you? I don't know. Really quickly, I want to throw in Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, because I did stumble up on this show while I was out, all in the social media business and all of that. And I came across the show and I was like, well, what's going on here? And we got a lot going on. A lot is going on over there. Let me see because I know I wrote notes on everybody. Sure did. Okay, so we got Jen. She's Hawaiian and everything else, but black. But, you know, they think she black. She got brown skin. Well, she used to have brown skin. Today, her skin is very much Kim Kardashian. And everybody's face is botched, okay? Botched. Jen, botched. Who else? Heather. Whoo. That's a mean one right there. Botched. Everybody got all the fillers, all the Botox. This what Jen giving. I feel like Wanda. You know Wanda. Y'all know Wanda. This what Jen giving. All of this. I can't. Lips already. When black women do it, I'm just like, what you doing? because we already got full lips. So you just ODing right now. But everybody is that we have the whole religious undertone on here. Everybody used to be Mormon, and they've kind of, ostracized themselves or have been excommunicated from the Mormon church. Jen was Mormon, but her husband is Muslim, and he's black, and he's like, they ain't even accept black folk in the Mormon church till like the 80s. So nah, I'm not converting to that. You gonna convert to this. So she's now, a Muslim. We got and she had I don't know, 3 children, 3 boys. I can't remember. Heather is my favorite. Well, not my favorite, but I really like her. I didn't like her comment in her first little few confessionals, when she's introducing herself, but she seems to be okay. Heather owns a beauty lab. It's, Botox, all that kind of stuff. She married into billions. They're divorced now, but her husband, came from a real rich, predominant Mormon family. And she got children, so I think she got girls. I can't remember how many girls, but she has girls. But her comment was, I'm everything and I embody everything that the Mormon church doesn't approve of or doesn't like. Like, I like everything that they don't like. Black men, hold it. I'm going to stop you right there, Heather. No, ma'am. No, girl. Anyway, black men, rap music, the LGBTQ community. Girl, I bet. She redeemed herself, a little bit after that, and she was okay with me. Like, I like Heather. Heather, let me just introduce everybody first. Then we got Meredith. Meredith, she's married. She has children as well. Cool, she's rich as well. She is Mormon. She ain't, excommunicated. She follows the doctrine, the rhetoric. Oh no, that Meredith is, I was going to say Lisa's the one with the son, Brooks. No, that's Meredith. Meredith has a daughter and a son. And Brooks is a mess. He is a whole lot. He got a confessional. He's giving me real, Norman Bates kind of feel, real, Oedipus complex kind of, not necessarily, I ain't gonna throw that on him, but he's very much giving me Norman Bates. Like, he's very much. But she owns a jewelry line, and she has a few stores, like clothing stores, and stars come to her. She name dropped a few names. Her husband Seth, I like Seth. Seth is cool. We found out though in this latest episode that she and Seth are separated. Then we got Lisa. Lisa met her husband through her sister, and the sister, she owns a tequila company, and she says she don't drink. She's Mormon. She following all the rhetoric as well. But listen, this is Lisa. I don't know why anybody would not like me. Like, I don't get it. Like, this is the voice Lisa's gonna give us. And as long as I review, I'll try to give you guys Lisa's voice, because this is what she gives. And it's very exhausting. I don't see how she keeps it up. It's probably very natural for her, but for me, I'm about to choke. Then we got Whitney. Whitney is the youngest, and she's been married for 10 years. And when we saw her, she was having a vow renewal. She was 18 when she met her man, and her man is 18 years older than her. She was also married when she met her man. He was married. So they had an affair. She got pregnant. He got divorced. She got divorced. Now they're happily married. Been married 10 years. I was trying not to judge Whitney. But since they're married now and they've been married 10 years, okay, whatever. I guess y'all married the wrong people the first time. You could have waited. You could have got divorced first. Then got with this man, had a baby and all of that. But I know all of that was messy. And so the Mormon church gave her and that man the boot. And I like Whitney because she's very transparent. Very, very transparent. Like, she likes to dance on the pole in her living room. Whitney's okay with me. Lisa, I already talked about Lisa. Lisa, and we already got conflict. Lisa and Heather don't get along because Lisa, just that whole Nene and Phaedra thing, that Mariah Carey thing. I don't know her. Lisa's I don't know that girl from college. Doesn't ring a bell. But like I might have seen her on campus like flash her boobs, like honor code, what? And Heather ain't here for that. Heather's like, girl, you don't know me. Oh, you don't know me. I don't know why these people get to reality TV and try to act like they don't know people from high school or from, around the, especially faces. Like, if that was to ever happen to me, I probably would feel a way too, because it's like, what you mean you don't know me? Who are you to be trying to act like you don't know somebody? Girl, I know you. But I also wouldn't be giving it this much energy because Heather is really she's really bothered by it. And as long as she's bothered, Lisa's going to continue to, poke at it. Like, girl, I know I don't like you. I know you're trying to sit at the table and I'm not going to let you sit with us. And so as long as you try to beg to sit at the table, that's what it's going to be. Pay that girl dust. Tell her, girl, I don't care about all of that. You got all these other people, that you can film with, that you can, hang with. Forget that girl. We also got beef between Jen and Mary. Now, in the past, they were at a function and Jen showed up. She was coming from the hospital. Her aunt, who was like her mother, had to have both her legs amputated. And so she was there all day. Coming to that event, Mary hugs her and she makes a statement. It smells like hospital. It hurt her feelings. She really pressed because she's still mad today. It was like 2 years ago. She's mad today. She's egging it on. Don't want nobody hanging with Mary. If you hanging with Mary, you can't hang with me. So she's trying to pull her power card and all of that. Cause I gather that she's the reason why we all here. I think, it's always somebody in the cast that brought everybody together. That's the person that blended everyone. And I think she's it. But we got Mary. I didn't even talk about Mary. Mary is our only black lady. Mary is married to her step grandfather. I was going to say her stepdaddy. Her grandmother's husband. Her grandmother died and said, I'm going to leave you the church, the coin, the house, and my husband. Go on and marry my husband because I know you're going to take good care of him. Mary and her mama don't get along because mama was fighting for the husband too, and the church and the coin. Mama felt like, well, it should be me, mama. I'm your daughter. It should be me that marries your husband, not your granddaughter. This is so weird. And she's like, I know it's strange. No, girl, you should have never agreed to this mess, this incestuous mess. It's mess. And this is all wrong. Not for the glory of the kingdom. You're going to have to give an account. You're going to have to give an account to this incest now, lady. Now, they're not related because he's a step grandparent, but it's still like, ugh. Like, did he have any help in your upbringing? Like, did he know you when you was 6? Did he know you when or did he just, fall into the mix, in your adulthood? Either way, it's not something that I would ever do. Yes, so no. But I wanted to give y'all a little brief blurb on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City because I'm gonna pick it up and I want y'all to be able to pick up where I'm picking up at. Because it'll be on episode 4. Yeah. We got our Housewives of Atlanta coming back as well in December. Excited because we got a new housewife. So, you know, somebody else to, you know, not drag through the mud, but, you know, drag through the ringer, you know, because we got to get to know you. They, you know, everybody gets hazed. Everybody gets hazed down to the Housewives franchise. Okay, let me get off of here. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.